Well, hello everybody. This is a stay-at-home grandma, and I'm going to show you real fast. Okay, so I'm doing my journals, and I realized that I'm about to run out of Mod Podge. So I decided to make I made my own the last time, and like I said, I start making things and then I forget to put it on so you can see it. But this is the Elmer's glue, and this is 4 fluid ounces. So I'm going to put this in here, empty it all out. Then I've got to well. They've been making slime, so there's not a gallon in there. I just ordered another gallon of glue. This is the only one I could find in my glue stash. The tacky glue I have, but only had 1 Elmer's glue. So, but I have some other Elmer's glue. So this is all. See that pouring in there? Let that all pour in. How's everybody doing? I'm doing fine. So this is how you make your own Mod Podge, and believe it or not, it works. I got it off YouTube, but I don't remember who. If I did, I would put it up there, but I really don't remember who I got it from. But it works and it's fine. And if you want it to have that shiny finish, you put some polyacrylic in it. But we'll do that another time because I spray mine anyway after with it would spray. The glue's still coming out. And I'm going to put a little bit more glue in there, but I want to use this one first. See how that's coming out? And it holds just as good as the Mod Podge. Hi, Tosh. How are you? What's up, girl? Haven't talked to you in a while. How you doing? Hi, Renee. How you doing? I'm making some Mod Podge because I'm trying to. Okay, so after it almost is out, you're gonna fill this with Yeah, it has been a while. Fill this with some water. Let this sit for a while. I overfilled it a little bit. Let this sit for a minute while I get the other one. And if you make a mess, just keep your wipes so you can keep them clean. Just wipe it up. So I'm doing good. I'm just doing my thing. But like I said, lots of times I forget that this is what I have left. Because like I said, they've been making slime, but I'm going to, yeah, I'm going to put this in. So about four. That's about 4 ounces. So now, and this, I'll do at the top of this. Me and tops, okay? I'm always losing the top to something. Okay, and then this is what I do. I shake this up really, really good. Shake, 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 shake. So how's the weather out there, Tosh? Is it good? Ours has been pretty good for the past couple of days. It looks like it was going to rain and then it didn't. So, I'm going to shake this up. I'm going to put this water in. And that really is enough. Put that water down there because I might need a little bit more. I might do another one because I have another. I'll keep this right here. I have another small one. Then It hasn't been raining very much, but for the past couple of days, because rained all summer, every day. I mean, we might have had like one, and then you just shake it up. And that's how you get your Mod Podge. Now, I do try to keep a couple of bottles, but like I said, I haven't, for some reason or other, I looked in the drawer, and I haven't, when I go to the dollar store to get those little ones, I've been getting the what you call them, the little ones, this one right here is what you get at the dollar store, and I guess they're 2 fluid ounces, but I've been getting the other tape, the other glue. I forget who it's by right now. I forget who it's by, but I've been forgetting to pick up the Mod Podge. So all of a sudden, I'm out of Mod Podge, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna make some. So I might as well come on and show you. You gotta shake it really, really good. And I think I'll fill up this other jar if I can get this other jar open, if I can find it. So how you doing? Yeah, I guess I am. I try to, I guess because when I was home, when I was young, my brothers were all grown and I was the last kid standing and I was the only girl too. So I did everything that my mother did, well, except for crochet. So I said that this year is the year that I'm going to start learning how to crochet. Okay, come on. This thing does not want to open, but I don't take lightly to things that don't want to open. But this is the gold luster too, the gloss luster rather. Talk much. So I'm going to send you probably the end of the month or the beginning of November because I've got to also get on my thing for the people for Christmas, and I do stuff for the holidays, but I do stuff all year round. But when I left, my church, I don't know what that was, and right now I don't care. Oh, my other pair of scissors. When I left my church, when I well, I retired as pastor, and then when I was at the other church before the new minister came in, I had a food bank in a food closet, so I could go to the food bank and I could go get food. Well, the new minister came in, and I don't know who decided, I don't know whether it was him or a couple of parishioners or whatever, that they didn't want to be bothered with it. But the thing is, okay, they didn't want to be bothered with the food closet yet, okay, they would come whenever I had it, and they never helped with anything. I never asked them to. I think the man, he just died too. But the man, he came and helped every now and then, but mostly they didn't want to be bothered with it. So I completely left the church. And the reason why I left the church was not because I don't want to worship, but because I don't want to worship with people that are phony. And that to me was a really rotten thing because we live in a rural town and people need to be served. So I guess that was my green light for me to take a break for a minute. So I did. But at the end of the day, um, yes, exactly. But they don't want to give anything, and then they didn't want it to go from the church. So I figured, you don't want the food, you don't want me, because I'm not going to be party to people that don't care about other people. I'm sorry. But I think that was also my green light for me to take a break for a minute. But now I found that the USDA, which is, by the way, on the grounds where I had my old church at, which is like behind, the water. This is the water, and then it's there, but you can see it. Um, the USDA office is on the ground. So next week, I'm going to go over and put in for USDA. And you get it once a month, but I think that they can bring it in my home and put it in my shed because I have a big shed in the back, and that would be easy for me. And then they bring it, they deliver it and everything, so I don't have to pick it up, which is good. I'm still trying to get this jar open, by the way, Josh. Okay, I when I have to pick it up, and they'll deliver it, and then I can dispense it from here. So I think that that's what I'm going to do. Okay, if it all works out. Hello, Slim Shell. How are you? How you doing tonight? I was making some Mod Podge, and I'm trying to get this other bottle open so I can make some more, but it don't seem to be wanting to budge. I will get it open. I just don't give up unless I'm just tired. And the girls are downstairs sleeping because their mother's working overnight tonight. So, this thing don't want to budge. I mean, seriously, it does not want to move. I can't believe it. Let me get the smaller scissors and see what happens. No, those are going to break those scissors. It's making me work. Yeah, well, I probably need to work out. Who knows? It's still warm here, which is good. But then all of a sudden, I don't know. I moved here to get away from the weather in Boston. And I think it's kind of followed me periodically because this weather is real iffy now. I do not have any mason jars up here at all. I don't think. Let me try one more thing. So these are what I'm making. These and some other things. I'll show you in a minute. If I can find my pliers, I might be able to get it open. Why can't you find things when you want them? And they're like right here, somewhere in the drawer. Yeah, well, okay. This does not seem to want to budge. So I'm going to try one more time. So anyway, I'm going to see how that goes. But what I was saying when I told you that whole story, Tosh, was that I'm going to send you something in November. Won't be much, but it'll be something toward you getting some stuff for Christmas because I realize and I recognize that California, I got it. Yes, I got it. I got it. I got it. Got it. Got it. Yep. I'll clean this up after. Okay, so this goes in and out. Okay. All right. But you just know that I think about you, and I appreciate anybody who. Okay, so this is just plain glue for those that just tuned in. I think it was a little bit too much glue too. I'm gonna have to put a little bit back in. And this is all Elmer's glue. This is Elmer's glue, and this is the school glue, and it works. So then let me fill this with some water. Then I'll test it and see how it works. I'm gonna fill the this one up so much because I don't want it to overflow. Might need a little bit more water, but we'll see. Yeah, well, see, the girls, your girls, you know the ones, okay? They make slime. And so I got the large thing of glue, and I have to get another one and let them and get them a different kind of a glue so that they can make this slime because they like working up here. So what can I say? I'm going to pour a little bit more water in, and then I'm going to, I'll save this thing because I can use this to measure out the glue and the water. I put just a little bit too much water in there, but I'll put the water back in a little while. Let me put this. So anyway, I'm doing, like good. I'm had a bad cold for like about a week. I still have kind of the cough, but it's going away. But hey, so this is what I have. Then you just shake it out. Like I said, and if you want glossy on it, okay, what you do is you put the polyacrylic in it. Make sure that you get polyacrylic that's water-based and not oil-based because then you got, it's not a mess, but it takes forever to dry, okay? So make sure that it's polyacrylic water-based. And I have it over there, but you know, now I'm going to show you, I feel like Lucille Ball in the rumba scene. Yeah, I think it's the rumba scene. So this is the other one, but I'm not going to use this one. I'm going to use the smaller one. Now this is, let me see. Yeah, okay. This is a small one. These are journal boxes. They're journal books, but they're books, but and I covered them with material and I Mod Podge them on the inside. So I'm going to show you. This was Mod Podge once, but it needs at least a good 3 coats of Mod Podge on it in order for it to stay, and then the book will be, these are the things that I'm going to send out, by the way, but I'll give you the book, the string that you put through the book, the paper and everything. And yeah, you like Lucy? I watch it still in the morning. It comes on about 5 o'clock in the morning, and I'm usually up and I kind of watch it. Well, that's this one. So I'm going to get this brush over here, and then I'll show you how it works. So I'm doing the inside of it. So this is what happens when you run out of stuff, okay? You can always, I have found a lot of things. You blacked out again for some reason. I don't know why. Now you're back again. I have found a lot of things that I have had not, I don't have, because of where I live at, because it's rural, it is really rural. And we have like a little store and, stuff like that. Well, we used to have when I first moved here, because it reminded me, except for the water thing, because we're surrounded by water. It reminded me of when I lived in the city, because we had um, we had a drugstore, and a restaurant and everything like that. We have a couple of restaurants, you know. One, if you ever come here, it's called Krabby Dixon. It's a wonderful restaurant. But then we had a barber shop. No, we didn't. We had always had a beauty parlor, but we had a drugstore and a hardware store and what do you call it, like a catch-all store. One of the the I forget what the real name of it is that they call it down here, but so we had a lot of things, and it reminded me kind of at home that I could walk. So we had two grocery stores. One there was another catch-all store, but then there was a real grocery store at that time, and you could go to the store. So if you forgot to take something out of the freezer, you could walk across the street and go get it. And she had all kinds of things, canning and all that. And little by little, things began to close. But our drugstore is no longer. We have a liquor store, of course. You know that every little town has a liquor store. Our grocery store is still here. We have three. Well, no, we have one restaurant and then one bakery, which is divine. I mean, it's to die for. These two young girls, okay, when they cook, they put their foot in it, okay, and I really like that a lot because I bake kind of, but I really don't like to bake. So, that's always good to go over and get something, a baked good or something at that particular time. Yeah. Okay. Liquor stores never managed to close down. It's been here forever. It was here when I got here. And then, but the drugstore, see what happened, or as the kids say, what had happened was the man, okay, he died of a heart attack playing tennis. And his wife took it over. I don't know that she was a druggist, but I think that she knew enough to be able to help to run it. And so she took it over. And she retired. I don't know whether she's still alive or what, because I haven't heard from her. She was friendly and she was nice, but she wasn't, like somebody. I mean, I guess I should have kept up with her, but I just didn't because I was always working. So, once that closed down, they sold the building and they've had other things. Like we have like 2 or 3 antique shops. It's a little seaport town. Okay. So and we have a ferry that goes over to the island and it has a fort on there. So it's pretty much a town where everybody comes to visit, you know. But I like it, and I've been here for 31 years and 6 months and 7 months, and I think 2 days. I don't know. I'll be here for 32 years, the week of Thanksgiving, actually. So this is what it is. So this is the inside of it. So I Mod Podge the inside. I will Mod Podge half of the outside, and then I will let that dry and then do the rest tomorrow. You're out again. For some reason or other, this blacks out and then you come back again. Oh yeah, I used to. My husband was in the service, and then he worked for Eastern. Well, my first husband was in this. Well, they were both in the service, but yeah, I traveled a lot. And then when we got a divorce, I traveled to Bermuda and different things like that. I've been to California several times because I have relatives there. Some are now dead, but then the cousins and stuff and the children are still there. So, but I really don't travel because when I had the stroke, my doctor said, okay, you can travel, but you can only travel like 4 hours, like in your car or when you're flying. When I'm taking the train, I can probably do a little bit more, but they can't. You have to be careful because your legs swell and blah, 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 blah. So, having said that, I mean, and the thing of it is, to be perfectly honest with you, I want to do a few things. I want to go to California. I still want to go to Las Vegas and see my cousins again and stay with them. I'm not so much to gamble because I'm not a really acute gambler, but I would like to see my cousins again and all that. Yeah, it did. I think but the thing is, I would like to go to Las Vegas. I would like to go to California to see my cousins and just kind of tour around. So if that happens, you're the first person I'm going to look up once I get there and I get settled. Yeah, my foster daughter's been trying to get me to come to Arizona, and I'm like, we'll see. but it's a little bit hard for me. So these are the other ones. So this is the other one I made. Now these I Mod Podge on earlier, so I'm going to let them completely dry and then do them again. But they'll be all kinds of filled with things so that people can buy those. And then this is the one I really like, that I really probably need to work on. This one right here is so cute. And it was actually a box that had something else altogether different in it. Yes, it would. Yes, it would. So we'll see. No, we'll see. I just have to. So this is it. This is the box, and it had something else in it. And I'm actually going to do the whole box with material. And I do it in patchwork because I like the material, you know. So this is it. So I might as well work on that, and then I'll work on the inside tomorrow. Yeah, I'm going to put, now this, I don't think I'm going to put anything in. I don't know about whether this is going to be for journal or not. I haven't decided yet. You know, things come to mind in the middle of the night. I just, I haven't it on and I will get to Patreon, and then I will send you, I did the first opening, but I haven't got to Patreon because, first of all, I can talk good. So now that I can talk, I'm going to get onto Patreon and start doing my things once a week. My herbal stuff. But if you look on it, you'll see the first page is done, and it's done right. And keep with the tip of how to get it on, because I couldn't figure out how to get it on. But having said that, somebody asked me the other day, and I said, "Oh yeah, Tosh told me," and she laughed, and she's like, "Oh, okay." So it's much easier than it looks, okay? But a lot of people don't really know, and I think that's why a lot of people have a hard time doing it, because they don't know how to get their their film on. So, anywho, I'm enjoying this stuff. And the thing is so sad about it is, okay, you're gonna get ready to go too. So everybody, thanks for watching. I love you. Take care. I'm gonna go and start to clean up, then I'm gonna go down and get myself a little snack and have a little drink of water or something, and then I'm getting ready to go to bed. Or at least go to bed and read some things. It's only 9:56. Take care. I love you. Bye bye, everyone. Thank you, Michelle, and thank you, Renee. Bye bye.